Here's the truth. Having your listings only on Airbnb is not cutting it anymore. Their algorithm is no longer aiding the typical host, even those in like that upper tier. And since last year, they've been pushing more experiences and unique spaces. So if you don't have a luxury home cut into the side of a mountain or a floating tiny home that runs off of hydrogen gas, it's hard to stand out. The platform has also become much more commoditized as listing supply has just shot up, and the product offerings in each market, they don't differ much. This is definitely has me eyeing down more unique, like Instagram worthy properties in the future, because I don't want a direct competitor based on product type, so that my price is more inelastic, meaning more people are willing to pay higher prices. So being distributed on Airbnb is limiting your reach as a host. And in this video, I'm gonna let you in on what we're doing about it. And for those of you that don't know, I'm Blake Daly. I run a multiple 7-figure a year short-term rental business. We have 5 boutique hotels across California and Florida, as well as 8 houses, and that's 86 listings in total. We own the real estate, so we don't arbitrage anything. We also own the property management company that operates everything. So here's what we're doing to increase our occupancy and our earnings for our business. We're building out additional channels like booking.com and Expedia and Vrbo to make our listings live on those sites as well, getting on more OTAs. But the main focus is our direct booking website, where we have no commissions to pay and much more control of the guest experience, the refund policies, and the reviews. Our first step is to get on all the booking channels. So we got all of our 86 listings live on booking.com in Q4, and we've seen the percentage of bookings on that platform increase each month since. And upcoming in Q1, we're looking at getting our listings live on Expedia as well to increase our reach even more. We want to get in front of as many people or as many future potential guests as possible, so that more people become aware either of the brand or of our property names, which they'll see in our profile and the listing descriptions. Then if they search either one of those, it'll direct them back to our direct booking website, and we can convert those free leads just by being out in front of more people. It also increases our occupancy. In the meantime, assuming our conversion rate stays the same, the more people that view our listings, the more people that will book. And the other perk of being on sites like booking.com and Expedia are the guest profiles, or the type of guest that we get. So they're typically less needy. They don't message us and ask as many questions before or during the stay. And they find the place, you know, they like it, they book it, they check in, they enjoy themselves, and then they check out. They're more accustomed to the hotel type of experience, and that's the kind of guest I like. And real quick, if you guys are finding this helpful, smash that like button. Make these free videos to help you guys become better hosts and investors. And when you hit that like button, it tells YouTube that this video is valuable, and then pushes it to others so it can help them as well. Now, the second part of this, and the more profitable one, especially long term, is increasing our direct bookings. For this, I like the saying, don't build your house on someone else's land. So when you list on Airbnb, they're the landowner in that analogy. They control the guest booking, the guest experience, and have all the guest information like their phone number and email, and they control their expectations. And for you hosts, you know that Airbnb guests can sometimes just expect the world. They want perfection, they want their handheld, and they just have tons of questions and demands from a customer service perspective. And when it comes to refunds, Airbnb has the air cover to protect hosts, but more times than not, those policies definitely do not benefit the host. So like when you have resolutions, it favors the guest, because as a platform, they don't want to lose their customer base, and us hosts are often at the butt end of that. And when it comes to reviews, oh my Lord, how many of you have had a bad review that was completely unreasonable from the guest? Yeah, me too. My favorite is the great stay, or the I love this place, with a 4-star rating. Like, these can kill the OPR, the overall property rating. It takes 5 5-star reviews to overcome 1 4-star review to be a superhost to get above the 4.8 rating, which gets you more exposure and more bookings. We've been a superhost for the last year, and that's tough. It's hard work. If you don't have the procedures and the policies in place to ensure more 5 stars like we do, your Airbnb business can be seriously impacted. Plus, there's a 3% host fee on Airbnb as well. Now, when you bring these people to your direct booking site, you have control of the guest experience. You set the expectations. You're the one approving refunds and cancellations based on your refund and cancellation policies and procedures. And you don't pay commissions. Not only that, but the guest doesn't have to pay a commission. The price they see is the price they pay, which is a big perk because you can offer them the same reservation for 10 to 15% less, depending on the Airbnb charge, the Airbnb fee charged to the guest. And you have a higher margin because there's no fee on the host side as well, so it benefits you from every angle. And let me show you what I mean. So I want to show you guys the actual impact of this from our channel manager here, HostAway, where all of our data is aggregated from all of our different booking channels, our occupancy, our revenue, all that kind of thing. So what we're looking at right now is the previous quarter. So you see our revenue, our occupancy, but what I want to point out is the increase over time. You can see the bar here increasing up and to the right. But looking at it just over this quarter, you can see that Booking.com is about 8% of our bookings. Our booking engine, which is our direct booking website, is how it connects in, is about 6%. So we still have a large portion from Airbnb. But then if we look at just November, so previously we were looking at the full quarter. Now we're looking at just November increasing over time. So Booking.com reservations have almost doubled. Booking engine is about the same, dropped, maybe 4.5%. Not a huge change, but what this is showing is we're becoming less reliant on Airbnb and increasing our occupancy, increasing our total number of reservations, which is really good for us. And this looks at January. So right now we're on December 31st, looking at the next 30 days. Booking.com is making up an even bigger percentage. And now our direct booking website is starting to gain some traction. We're doing more email marketing, collecting guest information and marketing to those customers to turn them into repeat bookers. So all that stuff that we've been doing for the previous quarter is really starting to pay off. So now we're only 20 or 75% reliant on Airbnb, on our way working to make our direct booking engine a majority of our bookings. Now, the really important part of this is the revenue itself. So I want to break this out. So if we look at this quarter, the previous quarter, quarter four, from October to December, plus looking forward to January. So we got 4 months of data on here. Over this time frame, our average daily rate on Airbnb alone, you can see here, this is 100% Airbnb, is $92.23. So this is, off of our annual average of, I think, 130, 140-ish. So these are the low season numbers, but we're going to look at them in comparison to our other booking channels. So remember this, $92 for Airbnb. Now we look at Booking.com, it's $135 over the same date range. Now we do have to look at the commission. So I did this before, 135 times 0.85, because it charges us 15%. So we still have $114 of effective income for these Booking.com reservations. So that's $22 higher than Airbnb, and it's a growing section of our business, which is great. But this one I love even more. So now when we look at our direct booking website, we have an average daily rate of $121. And like I was saying, we have no commissions taken out of this. So this number is our effective income for our direct booking website. So it's the highest one out of all. Like I said, we're adding Expedia for next quarter. So when you put this together, you can see that, like on an annual basis, this is our revenue from just Airbnb, our occupancy rate, all that kind of stuff. I guess it's 125 there. So this is just from Airbnb, but you see a growing portion of these other booking channels. Again, the trend is up and to the right, and then an extra $180,000 of revenue, getting away from just being on Airbnb. The purpose being to spread out, get in front of more eyes, get more occupancy. We can do different pricing structures on these other booking channels to make the most revenue, and that is adding straight to the bottom line in our business. But how do you manage all this and make it happen, from being on multiple booking sites to having your own direct booking website? So you need to have a PMS, or a property management system, with a channel manager, a unified inbox, and other features that make hosting on multiple platforms possible. So we use HostAway, and I really like that one. But there are other ones that you can use, like Guesty or Hostfully, and just tons of others. That's a very commoditized business as well. But we've been using HostAway for a year, and we're happy with them. So they're worth checking out. HostAway even has a built-in direct booking website that connects to all of the other HostAway features to get you started without having to hire a web developer to build one. And that's the path we're taking because we're at the scale where it makes sense to actually hire the web developer. We're spending like $14,000 on a professional SEO focused direct booking website that we can run that side of our business with. And that will allow us to connect to Google Ads and Google Analytics and drive traffic to the website, and also has built-in SEO to rank in organic search when people Google us or places to stay in our markets, which is still a work in process. So our current direct booking website is built out, but has some limitations. So that's why we're building out the new one. And if you want to check that out, you can go look at it at bookadventurestays.com. Let me know what you think about it. And here's a few ways you can drive traffic and convert guests into repeat customers on your direct booking website. So we use a software called StayFi, which is captive Wi-Fi. Think of when you're in an airport and you go to log into the Wi-Fi and you've got to put in your name and your email address, maybe your phone number, and that's a way for that airport or for that business, whatever's behind it, to collect your information. Now we do that at our property. So we have Ubiquiti Wi-Fi routers all around the property, and we connect that to StayFi, which allows us, to when guests go to log on to the Wi-Fi, they have to put in their name, they have to put in their email address, so that we're collecting the guest data because the Airbnb doesn't give that to us. So we want to build our own customer database and be able to re-market to them. And how we do this once we collect the data is StayFi, the captive Wi-Fi provider, also has an integration for email marketing. It's called Switchback. Very easy. It's like one login portal and we do everything there. So then we do email campaigns to those guests, and we start out when they first log into the Wi-Fi, send them the, hey, welcome to Adventure Stays, and kind of introduce them to the brand. Because at that point they might have booked through Airbnb or booking.com and saw the listing, liked it, the price was right, whatever the case may be, and might not be aware of our brand. So that's our way to introduce us to them. We've got a link to our website, all that kind of stuff. And then also on our website, when people find us through organic search, we have a form on there that'll pop up, or say join our exclusive travel club and get 10 to 15% off your bookings. So that way, when people visit us, they're browsing, whatever, we can capture their information there, and that goes into that same email marketing funnel so we can keep in touch with our guests. So Airbnb does give you the guest phone number, and you can save it in the spreadsheet and then, message the guest. I don't know how scalable that would be for us because we have so many listings, but it's an option for you, especially if you've got one or just a few listings and you don't want to have to pay for an email provider. Just go in the app for every reservation, get the guest phone number, put in a spreadsheet, put their name there, and then once you set up your direct booking website, you can blast them out a text and say, hey, John, just want to say thanks again for staying. We've got a new direct booking website. If you ever want to come back to your area, you saying your area, then you would, give them the link in that text message, then hopefully convert that way. All right, so there you have it. Don't let Airbnb control your destiny and take matters into your own hands, especially like right now in the low season. You'll see a big benefit from being able to keep your listings booked because you'll get in front of more people by your listings being on more OTAs like booking.com, VRBO, whatever, and you'll be more profitable when you have your own direct booking website because you have none of those commissions. And I'd recommend getting started listing on all the other OTAs because that's the easiest money. You'll pretty quickly see your occupancy and everything go up and your earnings go up because you're getting out in front of more people, and you may be even able to charge a little bit more on these websites. So for us in Hostaway, you can set this feature, but we actually have a premium markup on our booking.com and to come on our Expedia listings because, as far as those OTAs go, we'd love to get bookings from them, but Airbnb is still the biggest booking channel, so we want most of our calendar and availability there. So it's almost like a benefit for our Airbnb guests. And then, that'll benefit us in the algorithm by getting more bookings. More bookings will get us more reviews will get us more bookings. So it's like that virtuous cycle. So we, as far as that process, is with the OTAs, we want that controlled on Airbnb, but we still get all the exposure of the other OTAs. Like you saw, it's a much higher per reservation or per night cost to us, so we have higher earnings by getting out there and increased occupancy. So I hope you guys liked the video. Hit the like and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you next time.